fuck, dude? This is amazing.
It's not even done yet, I just started.
Do you remember Davin from the last video? If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But here's Davin. Davin was like, hey guys, I'm going to China next. Do you want to come with? And we were like, sure, let's make it a group trip. It didn't work out. I only ended up going with Davin alone, which is fine. It's how it usually goes. Group projects, am I right? And it was not on my bucket list. I had zero interest in going to China, to be honest. Not because of any particular reason, I just never planned it. But that's great about spontaneous travel and this kind of sort of nomadic lifestyle, because you keep going from one volunteering opportunity to another pet sit. I love this sign, by the way. Please avoid eating foods with strong odors. I don't know why, it's really funny to me. Anyway, one thing that travel taught me is to just plan ahead like 1 month at a time.
For your safety, please pay attention to the safety instructions of this flight.
Even when I'm back home in a stationary period, I still do it. I don't know why, but it works better. Like your whole life, I lost my favorite lighter. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted, but I lost my favorite lighter there. Turns out you can't bring more than one on a plane to China, and then, get this, and then we were taking a plane, I think to Beijing, and then from Beijing to Harbin. On a domestic flight, you can't bring any lighters. I lost both of my lighters. I know it's just a lighter. One of them it had like a sentimental value anyway. So much can change in a month, you know? I've taken to just making bullet point lists. Stuff I wanna do this year or somewhat soon. But I only plan ahead 1 month at a time. And it works. Maybe it's not for everyone, it works for me.
So we're like in the middle of nowhere. It was called the airport hotel.
It's nowhere near the airport. So, what were we doing in Harbin? It's like in the middle of nowhere. This is such an interesting place in general. It's really up north. And if you're watching all my vlogs from Asia, you might get tired of me saying this, but it was so damn cold. My outfits here are like questionable. Sorry, I keep getting distracted, but I just have to also say I regret not buying anything there, because we went into this shop. It was one of the first shops we went into in the city center. And I was like, oh, so they have shops like that here. And I tried on those hats. This one, I should have it. I should have bought it. For me, it was perfect. I wanted it, but I thought there's gonna be other shops. There weren't. It was just this one exact shop like this, and I didn't find a hat like that anywhere else, and I was really sad about it. It's also another thing it's always a mistake when I think, oh, there's gonna be another shop where I can buy a water or whatever else. There never is. Just buy the first chance you get when you're traveling. So, back to what I was saying. We came to Harbin because they have every winter this snow and ice festival. And it's not just it's like a nice village that they build every single year. It's so huge, you're gonna see in a moment, but it's not just this village, it's the whole city has those ice statues and all kinds of attractions. But what's really interesting, you might notice this is in China, but it doesn't really look Chinese. I mean, it does, but it also looks really Russian, you might think. And you would be correct somewhat. This fucking street, it looks like a street I lived at in my own city. I'm not exaggerating. I kept telling Davin, this feels like home. I feel like I'm back home. It's crazy. I'm on a different continent. Like 11 or 15 hours away from my country. I am in goddamn China, but I feel like I am back home. Like even the air, I kept telling him, Even the air smells exactly like at home, which is crazy. And so difficult to explain because what do you mean? What's the smell of air? You know? Like all air smells the same. No, it doesn't. There were like a lot of Russian shops because this city is, first, there's just a lot of Russian influences, yes. And especially this shot, bro, it just looks like my city. It looks like my city.
Oh, sorry.
And I was like, okay, that's because it's Russian. It's close to Russia, and it's, you know, there must be history here. There's a lot of Russian shops. Over a year later, not then, like recently, by total accident, I found out this city was founded by Polish people. And it's so crazy because I didn't know that. I kept seeing Russian everywhere, and Russian and Polish are not the same. Like, I know for a lot of people it doesn't make a difference. As a Polish person, I can see the difference. I never look at Russian things and think, oh, this feels like home. No, it doesn't. It's a different country. Anyway, I kept like thinking and feeling like this feels so much like my home. It's such an uncanny feeling, you know, like it's so different, but it feels exactly the same. And I thought it's because it's similar in architecture, you know, like the Russian influences are also Slavic. This city started by Polish people, and somehow I picked up on that. And I think it's really crazy that subconsciously there's so many things we pick up on, we never really like realize fully, consciously. Anyway, I just thought it's really interesting. Even looking now at those videos, it just looks like my city. It's so uncanny. It's really uncanny. I'm really glad we went there, and I think it was like meant, like I was meant to go there. And you'll hear me say it a lot because I'm a woo person. I'm a woo person, okay? So I believe things are meant to happen sometimes. And there's no accidents. And this whole trip felt like that. All this footage is from like this really long, popular street. There's so many shops and attractions along the way. They are not really used to foreigners, I gotta say. People kept asking for pictures with us. They were so friendly. Oh, by the way, I was really surprised. This is the type of music you hear everywhere. And we spent like half an hour just at this corner shop because it felt like a rave, and I really wanted to go clubbing. I think I needed like a party.
So vibey.
So it was a good substitute, I suppose.
He's serving, but not only food.
In Harbin, it was the coldest I've ever been in my life. I am not exaggerating. I don't remember how low the temperature was, but it was just insane. I have never felt cold like this. It's the kind of cold my parents talked about. That, when we were kids, you know, we had such snow, we had to go for every morning to school, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I did not buy proper clothes before this trip. Why? Because I'm a dummy-dumb. Don't question it. I just make questionable decisions all the time. It's better just let it go. That's what I do. One of my favorite things, it's so cute because people don't really speak English there, you know? It's not common. So first, the signs are really funny. And second, people who do speak English, they want to let you know. They are so proud, and I guess they're just really happy to be able to use this skill because it's just so uncommon.
I just found out like if I press one volume button, it records, and if I press the other one, it takes like a shit ton of photos. So I have like 20 photos of this.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I think it's when you press it long.
That they approach foreigners just to chat for a second. Anyway, we got in this thing for free because we didn't have the right app and we couldn't download and make an account on the right app. So they just let us in for free. I mean, in my experience, they were like the nicest, friendliest people I've ever experienced, you know, as a culture. And maybe we're just lucky, I don't know. I always try to, you know, not make an assumption that my experience is everyone's universal experience, but Davin and I, we had such great experiences with people. They were always so nice to us, and not in a scammy way, you know, not trying to milk the tourists, which is something you might find a lot when you're especially in popular places. No, they like really wanted to help us get around and help us have a good time. This is glitching so bad because I should have like changed my settings, but I didn't remember what settings I should change because the frame rate is not compatible with the electric current. And I did read about it before. You might yourself see the light flickering sometimes in videos. But it's much different in China. Like the current is much different. So yeah, I was fighting the whole time. I couldn't even take pictures. Like even in pictures, you would see the light glitching and having like either half the building lit or not lit at all. My grammar is just my bad, sorry. So this is the Snow and Ice festival itself. This is the main ice village. It was so freezing! Bitch! Ice from every single side. Everything was ice. The ground was ice. The walls were ice. It was windy. And the temperature was so low. I had never been this cold in my life. I had like hot packs underneath my jacket. This is so funny, like the streaming, it was everywhere. But we had to take breaks and like enter inside to warm up because I was like losing feeling in my entire body, not just my fingers. Like I was shivering so bad. I should have come prepared. Something I couldn't fathom was people around me were eating ice cream the whole time. Not just here, but also in Harbin. People were eating ice cream everywhere all the time. I do not understand how they were like capable of that physically. I think I would rather die. But I don't know, it's different climate, I guess they're used to it. Loki wanted to go on one. That's the Maldives as a place to warm up. It was so gamified, and I suppose because it's like a huge attraction just for Chinese people. Everyone was Chinese, and oh my god, one lady approached because we stayed very late, and look at there's like you can like a nice ring, but it's not a ring, it's like an ice pathway just in the mall. That's really fun. Anyway, this one lady from like the mall who worked there, she approached me and she could speak English, so she wanted to have a conversation with me. And she was so sweet. She was so sweet. She was like asking me where I'm from, what I'm doing, how I'm liking it here. And she was so concerned, like, because I was waiting on Davin because I couldn't stand the cold anymore, so I waited inside. I really, like, my jacket was not a winter jacket at all. It had no insulation, none at all. It was just a leather jacket. Anyway, Davin, wanted to... He was better prepared. Maybe I should try that. When type A and type B person travel together. Anyway, he was still like sightseeing and I was waiting for him to finish inside the mall. And this lady was really concerned for me, like what I'm doing, if I'm okay. I said I'm waiting for a friend and she was so happy to talk to me.
I wanted to record the wind.
Those two guys approached us at one point, asking if we could take a picture of them for them. And it was quite obvious they just wanted to have a conversation because they could ask anyone in Chinese, about the approach to foreigners. And I didn't see a single other foreigner aside from Davin and I the whole time. That's, I think, in Harbin, not a single time, which is crazy. We only saw another foreigner in the next city, and of course in Beijing. In Beijing, there were quite a lot of foreigners. The glitching was driving us insane. So many pictures for it. But also I did take a lot of pictures, so if you wanna check those out, they're on my Instagram. I'm not trying to self-plug, I'm just saying I would be interested personally. And that's why I take pictures, because I think it's nice. Why am I explaining myself? I'm just saying, I like documenting stuff and I'm not marketing, I'm just, never mind, Jesus Christ. So, we were wrapping up here at the Ice Festival, just so you know, but there's more attractions in Harbin. Jesus Christ, like they do this every year. That blows my mind. And the village itself is like gigantic. I did not see the whole village because I couldn't. I think even Davin didn't see the whole village, even though he spent more time walking. Even he didn't see it, so... But it kind of looks all the same in the videos. It's more impressive in person. I wish I could show you how stunning it was and how big. I think the size of it is the most incredible thing, because they do this every year. And by accident we landed at like a concert at the end, which was so fun. I love random experiences like that. You could tell there were some famous artists. I don't remember which ones, but by the crowd's reaction, you could tell when someone was like, oh, this is a big star here. It was crazy. We had so much fun there. So here we are getting ready to leave, I'm pretty sure. Highly recommend this attraction, to be honest. So we spent 3 days total in Harbin, 1 in Shenyang, and 3 in Beijing. And the funny signs continue. Children under 65 years old. Including 65 years old. I love it. Here's the place we saw from the outside the other day, but this time we could go inside because the other day the line was too long. It's the cathedral. It's really Russian looking, but also it's very familiar to me. Anyway, I love this interior. It's so, well, kind of destroyed, like it could probably use a renovation, but I like this look. I like that it's got, character. And there was a concert. We just walked into a concert. It was magical. And here's more ice statues. They were all over the city. It's insane. I can't imagine the amount of preparation required for this. But anyway, I was kind of glad to be leaving Harbin by the end because of the weather. I could not bear it. I do not understand how I didn't get sick, because I didn't. Actually, this time I didn't. Maybe it was the food, I don't know. I wasn't drinking and clubbing, so maybe that's why I didn't get sick. Anyway, I have to say the food was so good, and I say it as a vegetarian. I didn't have strictly stuff for vegetarians, but I did find a lot of vegetarian stuff, like vegetarian by accident, and it was so good. Bro, I love authentic Chinese now. I mean, I liked it before, but it's a whole different state in China, obviously. You never get authentic food like abroad. So it was so good. It was so good. Like I can't describe it how good it was. And something I really liked to see is that people were like always playing outside. Like people were so kind of happy, I want to say, and just kind of enjoying themselves. I don't know, it felt different, like looking at the crowds. I don't want to romanticize any country or population or anything like that, just so you know, but I did notice like the energy of the crowd was different than what I'm used to. People were like more like how I remember from my childhood, which was really interesting. Of course, I don't have to say it was all so cheap. It was just outrageously cheap. I think this whole thing cost like, I don't know, €5, maybe less. So next we're taking an overnight sleeper train, which was an experience, and we're gonna see Shenyang and Beijing. Stay tuned.